Oh my gosh. Oh, terrible. I'm chuckling because I'm looking at Fox News, phone news, and it has Sleepy Joe on Jimmy Kimmel Live, all tired and slow moving and pretending like he's a genuine person. What is up, everybody? It is Thursday, June 9th, 2022 AD. What a mess. 9:01 a.m. U.S. Pacific Daylight Time here in Los Angeles. That threw me off so badly that I forgot to start my timestamps thing. What a mess. Gonna have a fun... Should we have a loosey-goosey Thursday show? I mean, I was having loosey-goosey shows every day. I don't know if it'll be loosey-goosey, but we're gonna talk about black crime. Pretty crazy. Insane crime. Not good. Violence. I don't think that young ladies should be running shops by themselves. You know, not in L.A. They get cut to death here in L.A. It happened. A beautiful neighborhood. And not in Phoenix, Arizona. Hat tip to the Pork Chop Express something guy who gave me the tip on that. And I have some pocket wisdom to share. Firefox's Pocket shared some wisdom from Inc.com about why laziness is not why you procrastinate. Huh? Your emotions are. It's actually a nice point. Although it is lazy. Your emotions are why you're lazy too. And I want to share a little bit more deeply about Marjorie Greene. Okay? So... all that and your calls, you can call in. But anyway, guys, let's get right on with the show!
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La, la, la. Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La, la, la.
Hey, guys!
Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La, la, la. Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La, la, la.
So, how are you guys doing? I am fine. Let me just fix my Twitter thing, because I like to be able to see the Twitter feed going. I am wearing the wall going up. I'm speaking in faith, despite all evidence to the contrary. The wall going up. That's a Jesse Lee Peterson t-shirt. Back when Trump was in office. Very nice. Rebuildingtheman.com/stores for the JLP. Bond Rebuilding the Man, The Fallen State, t-shirts. And hoodies. And stickers, mugs, tote bags, all that stuff. TheHakeReport.com for the Hake-related stuff. But, you know what? I want to get right into this. This is kind of funny. So let's kick it right off with an exciting clip. Clip 16 from yesterday that I didn't get to. This scary orangutan. Can you believe it's Thursday, by the way, guys? This was a scary orangutan, and I got this video originally posted by somebody else, but shared by Sela Paredes, or Paredes Sela. She said, "Welcome to my nightmares." It's about a 36-second clip. I don't recognize the language, and I didn't catch any outright cuss words, but I didn't bleep anything. And if you recognize the language and cuss words, hopefully, bear with me and sorry, kids. Don't repeat the words you hear. But listen to this. I mean, not listen. Watch this if you can, if you're watching the live video feed. If not the audio feed, if you're on the audio-only feed, I'll try to describe what's going on. But this is a scary orangutan. That's orangutan. Those are those strong monkeys or apes or whatever those things are. So-called primates. Orangutans will rip you apart, says Ryan H.U. Yeah, listen to this. Or watch, and I'll describe it. So they're out like a... Whoa, he grabbed his shirt. He's fast, too. Skinny guy. Skinny POC. He's trying to pull away. The orangutan grabs his leg. They're at like a, what is that, a zoo? Orangutan's in a grunting. Little guy. And he's just wrapping his arms and, you know, they have hands on their feet. Their feet are hands. He's freaking out. Show that again. So they're at like a zoo. You know, the orangutan is in a cage and he's coaxing him, being all friendly. And the orangutan goes, just juts his long arm of the law. God's arms are not too short. He just wants a hug, says somebody. It's crazy. And so, like, he's pretending to be all cutesy with him. It's like it looks like a young man, adult person, human being. And the orangutan, I think it's orangutan, right? The orangey guys, grabs his shirt and stretches out his shirt. I would be so mad about that. Don't stretch out my shirt. Oh, now you guys know my weakness. You guys know what ticks me off. But let's watch this one more time. That is so nice. I think we shall play it twice. I would have ripped off the shirt, says Nick. I don't know, man. Maybe this was a well-made shirt. Look at this one more time. Look at that. Great technique. Oh, no. His friend is trying to help him, too. Like, pull him away. Friend, I think, has bleached blonde hair, by the way. No, no. Man, the panic in his voice. The guy, like, bats him away and scares the guy away who's trying to help him. Dang. Is he in socks? Oh my gosh, I want to know what happened with this. Oh my gosh. I'd be punching that hairy arm. I heard that those things are 7 times stronger than us. Oh my gosh. Like, he wraps his hands around his shirt and they're strong, man. I heard. I don't know if it's 7 times, but that's what I read on Quora. You ever heard of Quora? Quora? People show off their knowledge about stuff. Well, anyway, I just thought that was cute to share. I don't know. I want to know the story, but maybe I'll be able to dig up the story if there is the story out there to be found. But anyway, one monkey started the show, indeed. They have retard strength to somebody. Oh my gosh. So anyway, here's another animal. Before I get to calls, a human being animal. This is infuriating footage. Hat tip to Pork Chop Express _86 or whatever your name is. I don't know. Pork Cho 709168880, which maybe that Twitter account will be banned fast. I don't know. Sorry, man. Apologies. Well, not sorry. But there's video that I won't show shared by Still Gray. You know, that sort of a interesting person. Blue check on Twitter. But here's the headline from 2Fab. Cricket wireless worker. Cricket is a cell phone company. Brutally beaten by a customer whom she was trying to help, according to police. And this took place in Phoenix, Arizona. I believe it was maybe Saturday, June 4th. So 2Fab shared a couple of articles, one from Cold, K-O-L-D, and they have a Arizona's Family clip. It's a local news out of Phoenix, Arizona, I guess, area. And the article says, Phoenix police arrest a man caught on camera brutally attacking this cell phone store employee. And reported 2 days ago. And oh my gosh. This is clip 11A. In these 2 clips, I left at least parts or whole of the commercials that played right before it. Just as a side note, just a human interest thing, because this commercial shows like at the end of the commercial, it has like jungle music. I slowed it down. It's like this effeminate style. You see 2 males who look all effeminate, androgynous, sort of, and 2 females. Of course, multiracial. And this is in America. What a mess. So enjoy or not the last part of that commercial before this news clip that kicks in. It's about a 2-minute long news clip. Listen to this and watch if you can. Terrible, huh? Look at that. Awful.
Developing now, a violent attack on an employee at a cell phone store, all caught on camera, and Phoenix police have now arrested the man who they say can be seen here brutally attacking that young woman. Police say he stole some phones and cash as well.
That happened Saturday near 43rd Avenue in Bethany Home. And a warning, the video you're about to see is pretty tough to watch. Alexis Dominguez in studio. You talked with a woman who helped that victim right after that brutal attack.
I did, Jared. Nicole, as you can imagine, she's shaken up too. She says she actually heard the screams from the store next door. And as she was dialing 911, the victim ran in asking for help. Now, again, we do want to warn you that this video is extremely graphic.
What started as a seemingly normal interaction at this Cricket Wireless store quickly turned into a violent attack on an employee. Graciela Cejudo works at the store directly next door and heard these same screams.
Se escuchaban los gritos de la muchacha, la verdad fueron muy...
You could hear the girl screaming. The truth is, it was very, very loud, and I stopped and grabbed the phone.
As she was dialing 911, she says the victim ran inside the store she works at.
I was in shock. I didn't know what to do. She said, just lock the door and call the police, and I grabbed the keys quick as I could. There was a customer coming, so I quickly locked it.
After the attack, the man went to the back of the store and stole phones and cash.
It was a very traumatic thing for me because I was looking and saw all the blood. Her face was full of blood.
Cejudo believes the suspect attacked the victim because there weren't any cars in the parking lot. Thankfully, the store Cejudo works at has protective glass and a locked door between her and the customers. But now she feels it isn't enough.
I don't feel totally safe because I don't know what these people are capable of doing.
Terrible, huh? Crazy. Graciela Cejudo. I wonder if that woman even speaks English. And I wonder if the victim was a normal white girl or if it was a white Hispanic. She might have been a white Hispanic, but I don't know. That is, say it, Hake, typical. Man, wild, huh? So I watched the extended video, like the whole just raw video, but I'm not going to show it to you guys because it's just, like I said, it's like infuriating, it's disturbing, and you know, I like to share stuff I like to kind of keep it light. Maybe you can watch the whole thing on the JLP show at some point if he plays it. But it's rough. Like he's beating her, or like he takes a swing, kind of misses her head, but maybe hits the side of her head, and then he's like tackling her and hitting her and like hammer fisting on her head and face, and she's like covering up her face, and then eventually he like gets up, tries to stomp her on the head. She starts to dodge the stomp, and then he kicks her in the face. And then he leaves into the back of the store, and then when he's gone, she gets right up, runs out the front door, and goes apparently next door to that Graciela Cejudo's store next door, and tells her, I don't know if in English or Spanish, call the police or lock the door or whatever. They locked a customer out. And I don't know if this clip mentioned it or if not, but one of these news clips said that they think that he attacked her because there was no cars in the parking lot. So like no witnesses around. Wow, huh? Wow. Yeah, they always stomp on the head. Vicious, huh? Vicious. Somebody said in the live chat, before I play this other clip, black on white crime, go figure. It's racist to scream if black kills you. Yeah, terrible stuff. Typical behavior. Okay, anyway. There was something else. Somebody said something. Oh, he stopped the white supremacy hero. Biden, give him a Medal of Honor. Yeah, I don't know. Let me play this clip B. Pardon the strange interlude, but I couldn't help but keep this commercial at the beginning of this news clip because it's so funny. It's a cool lawyer commercial, and it was so catchy I had to keep it and share it with you. So enjoy the cool lawyer commercial, call it comic relief, and then enjoy this Arizona's family, AZ family clip. Family turns in the male accused of brutally beating a Phoenix phone store employee. This is about a 3-minute long clip. Enjoy, guys. Here it is.
Hurt in a wreck and don't have health insurance or money for co-pays and deductibles? No problem. At Lerner & Rowe, we can get you the medical treatment you need with no out-of-pocket cost. And we don't get paid till we win your case.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
More about the suspect behind that brutal attack at a cell phone store. We first showed you part of the video Phoenix police released yesterday.
It was reportedly his own sister-in-law and mother who turned him in. Amy Cutler following up on this story tonight. And Amy, you spoke with the suspect's brother?
Brother?
I did, and the brother tells me that the suspect suffers from paranoid schizophrenia and has for years. That's why he is not surprised to learn of this attack. They say that they have tried to get him help, but it just hasn't worked. We want to warn you, the video you're about to see is disturbing.
Yeah.
This is part of that disturbing video. The suspect, now identified as 33-year-old Michael Cook, brutally attacks a Cricket Wireless employee. It happened Saturday evening in the store near 43rd Avenue and Bethany Home Road.
You could have killed her.
Michael Cook's brother, Malik Cook, says it was hard to watch. Court documents show that Michael strikes victim approximately 13 times in the head and face, then stomps on the victim's head and kicks her. The victim ended up with a broken nose and needed stitches.
We couldn't even sleep all night, really.
After Phoenix police released that video, Michael's sister-in-law reportedly recognized him and called authorities. Court documents show investigators then contacted his mother, who helped officers track him down.
They say it's schizophrenia. He take pills. Then it's like he don't take his pills. He's a druggie. We've been trying to get him help. He doesn't take it. And then, when we hope he is outside, he doesn't go and abuse people.
Malik lives with his mother and 2 uncles. He says Michael is no longer allowed in their home.
When you see my mom and got that cut right here, she got a whole cut. Tore her mouth up with a phone, threw it at her.
Police tell me following that assault, Michael stole several items from the store along with cash. The victim managing to get away and run to a neighboring business to call for help. Yeah. Court documents show when investigators interviewed Michael, he admitted to the attack, saying he was mad about the voices in his head. Malik hoping this is a turning point for his brother.
Either you figure out a better decision from how you live, or you go just end up in there for the rest of your life.
Michael Cook is now charged with kidnapping, assault, robbery, and criminal trespassing. Store employees telling police that they recognized Cook as a transient in the area, but they never expected anything like this. Live in Phoenix, Amy Cutler, Arizona's family.
Wow, huh? Wild. That store employee, the female, white Hispanic female, I'm assuming, recognized him. She dealt with him before, like a few times in the past. And the guy's all, yeah, can I get a... And then he tries to take a swing at her and then takes multiple swings, actually hitting her. Got your 6, asks about the family, turning them in. Was there a reward or something? Yeah. Fair question. There was, the police put out the video. The Phoenix police, they tweeted out the video. Said, warning graphic, but can you help us find this man? Never relax, says Ragnar0321. Indeed. Smacked her with a Nokia, says Alphonse Lutz. Yeah. Yeah, he hit her with her own phone. Her phone fell out of her hand and he hit her with it too. Crazy stuff. Honestly, like I mentioned at the beginning of this stream, that young ladies should not be manning these places alone. I think that... Because I told you about, and you heard it on the Jason Lee Peterson show and probably all over Fox News and other local stations around here. It was kind of a national story. A woman got stabbed to death, a young lady, who was attending like UCLA or something like that. 23-year-old pretty lady or something like that. She was working at like right here in Hancock Park, beautiful neighborhood, nice neighborhood. I think it was another so-called mentally ill black who walked into this jewelry store or something, and she got a bad feeling. I think she may have even texted somebody saying she had a bad feeling. But either she didn't heed the feeling or she didn't get a chance to get away or whatever. And he stabbed her to death. And I don't know if she was all by herself there, but I think it should be like able-bodied men, armed, running these things anymore, because we need a militarized populace. Never mind a militarized police force. You know how they complain about militarization of police? And they have a point, because that militarized police goes after the decent people, not so much the criminals, very often, thanks to the phony, corrupt politicians and the corruption of the people in general. I mean, the cops, too. It infects a bunch of liberal cops nowadays. I mean, didn't they let a bunch of cops go who didn't get the vax? So the independent thinking cops get blacklisted by the HR departments and phony politicians and stuff, But what a mess. The world just isn't safe in a anti-white world. Malik Cook and his brother Michael Cook. Malik is like a Muslim name, right? I wonder if they're like American. Cook is like a normal American last name, right? I think. But he got the name Malik. And he had tattoos on his face. The older brother who, I think he's an older brother, who kicked this mentally ill, drug-addicted, who wasn't taking his meds. When you take your meds, you're not supposed to take your meds in the first place. I mean, I don't know. You're okay. You do you, right? But a lot of these people, including the supposedly white mass shooters and stuff like that, oftentimes they are on psychotropic drugs or whatever, and then they stop taking them and they go nuts because the drug is making them nuts, but it's also keeping them more even keel and docile, right? Like an animal, like a subdued animal. Yeah, we take calls. You can call in 888-775-3773. But then they stop taking drugs, and then they go even crazier. Worse than if you hadn't No, take your meds, I guess. But, I mean, if you start, don't just stop, go cold turkey, because that's when people go nuts. I think. Terrible. I mean, this young lady, she just had a broken nose. No big deal. Stitches on her face. No big deal. But it's killed some of these, I say girls, but young women. Awful, huh? Ooh. Got Your Six also says Po doesn't show up until after the fact. That's right. Whether it's 3 minutes or 15 minutes or an hour and a half, 911 is a joke in your town, and that's not their purpose anyway. Their purpose is to enforce the law most of the time after a crime has been committed, because we don't necessarily want these red flag laws where they try to read your mind and stop a crime before it happens. That's what the normal people are supposed to do. The normal people are supposed to stop the crime. But you disarm us, then we're reliant on the weak, pathetic government that takes the side of the criminals against the innocent people. So wrong, so sick. I got a super chat before I get to calls, guys. Super chat from streamlabs.com/The Hake Report. Based America First says McConaughey, Matthew, as in that actor, must be auditioning for the Uvalde movie Hero, where he saves the kids from a poor, disgruntled teen who buys $9,000 worth of firearms and ammo to exact revenge on people he's never met because his mother couldn't afford to get him new pants, and then disarms Americans. Matthew McConaughey, American hero. total Texas man, total Uvalde man. I was reading on TKR official's Telegram, Amador is a Texas native, that this guy is not really a Uvalde guy. He may have been born there, but he was raised in Longview, according to our resident historian who knows Texas history, including this hippie Texas uppity actor guy who married a Latina. That's Matthew McConaughey, the guy whom I described as a likable person, not extremely nasty like other people, but that's part of the deception, because they act all nice and then they convince you to go along with evil. Thank you, Based America First. Very nice. Play the jungle music, James. Anyway, let me get to DJ, a caller in North Carolina on the line. DJ, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing great, Hake. How about yourself?
Doing well as well. Thank you.
So I think you want to talk about the familiarization section. I think that's what it is when it comes to why drugs are so big in America, especially in adults.
You said
Democrats.
What did you say? Familiarization section?
With drugs.
Oh, making people familiar with drugs?
Yeah. So the reason. So correct me if you think I'm wrong.
Okay.
The thing I was thinking was when they say the kids have ADD and ADHD,
right? And
they're shoving pills down their throat, and then when they get older, they need more pills, more drugs, things like that. And the Democrats are like, hey, because they want all the potheads. They're like, hey, we'll legalize drugs. So then that's where they get another Democrat, and then that's why people, stay with drugs, throughout their entire life, because the parents didn't care enough about them to help them through, talking in class, things like that. Parents don't want to parent. They just want to have professionals take care of their kids and teachers parent their children instead of, loving them and showing them the right way.
Yeah. That's true. The government likes having a certain amount of drug addicts, so-called drug addicts, and people who are non-functional, so that they need the help, so that the government feels, the egotistical people in the government feel needed and can use that so-called crisis to bring more power and feel-good stories for themselves, act like they're doing something good for the world, when really they're only enabling and encouraging people's self-destruction.
Well, absolutely. It's all about money, power, and control, honestly.
Yeah, right.
I even experienced a couple people who had gotten kicked out the military with the vaccine thing, and I had heard there were some police officers that...
You cut out there, DJ. Are you still there? Oh, man, he cut out. All right, he got disconnected. Sorry about that, DJ. Appreciate that, man. Call back if you can. Let me get to, on this story, Mario, a first-time caller from Memphis, Tennessee. Mario, how are you doing?
All right.
Hang on there, DJ. I'll get to you. Mario, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, like I was saying, they say he had a mental problem, right?
Yeah, can you speak up for me? It's coming in a touch quiet for my taste.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No problem.
Say his brother he had a mental problem, right?
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
No?
I think he did. I don't believe it. I think they just hate white people. That's all it is.
Hatred makes you mental, though. It's when you look at the guy's eyes, I believe they do hate white people. I don't want to take that away. But you look at this guy's eyes. In the headlines, were there any mugshot sections that looked like a mugshot of him? Because his eyes are like dead eyes. Druggy eyes.
Like some kind of cocaine or something.
Mm-hmm. Something.
Yep. They ain't been trying to give him no help.
Yeah. And you know what? They hate Hispanic. Oh yeah. Look at those eyes. That's him in like a prison jumpsuit or jail.
You can't send him with the devil in him.
Say that again.
You can't see when you look at him. You can't see no much the devil in him.
Yeah. You can sense the devil in him. You said.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yep.
That is.
I agree with you, little.
And this brainwashing is pushed on people. So it's no wonder a dull person like this would swallow that. And they hate Hispanics too, because the Hispanics are basically whites in their eyes.
Oh, they said they black. I said, man, I don't hate that nonsense. I said, where?
Yeah.
They said Hispanics are black. I said, they're not black.
Oh, yeah. I know. They try to say black and brown people.
Yeah.
She looked white to me, but a lot of white Hispanics, and it is Phoenix. And the next door lady didn't even speak English on that news report.
Uh-huh.
But, yeah, it's true. It's a mess.
Yep.
Imagine if it were a white who attacked a black. They'd make a national case out of it.
Yep,
International.
I was saying.
Yeah.
Yep. And they said black people wearing black faces and killing black folks. I said, I don't agree with that either.
Yeah.
They said they said white people are wearing black faces and go around killing black folks. I said, man, where you get that dumb stuff from?
People are so crazy. I wouldn't be surprised if you could find like 1 or 2 cases of that. But yeah, that's not what's happening. It is.
No.
Yeah, the blacks are angry.
Black on black crime. Yeah.
Yeah, and this guy is 33 years old, living with his mother and uncles. Well, apparently they kicked him out. And his brother, I don't know if he's an older brother or younger brother, Malik Cook, also apparently lives with the mother and uncles. And I don't know if they're foreigners that they're living like that, but that's not a good situation either.
Sure. When I turn 18, I'm going to go get my own place.
Nice.
And making it my own.
Yep.
Yep.
That's the way to do it. And you get some self-respect and more sanity that way.
Yep, they beta males, that's all.
Yeah.
What Jesse call them? Beta males?
Yes, he does.
That's what yep.
I appreciate it, Mario. Are you black or white or Hispanic or what?
I don't claim none of it. I just human, I'm brown skin.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Good to hear from you, man. Call me again.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Bye.
All right.
Let me get back to DJ, the first caller whose phone disconnected there. DJ, thanks for calling back.
Hey, what's up, man? Hey, someone in the comment section said the government disconnected my call.
Might have been. You never know. But you were talking about the keeping the people on drugs. I forget what you were talking about.
I was going to with the police and military getting kicked out for the vaccine.
Oh yeah.
But I was, like I said again, correct me if you think I'm wrong. But the thing is, what I was thinking is the perfect type of people that the government would want running the military, police force, and things like that are people that, there's not enough information on this certain thing, but they'll take it, vaccines, pills, and things like that without any questions asked. So, so they know that in the future, hey, whatever order, or whatever we tell them to do, they're going to do without doing any research, without using their common sense, without any morals or anything. Because I knew quite a few people that said, I don't know what's in the vaccine, but I'm just going to take it.
Wow. That's wild. And so they want people like that who are compliant with whatever.
And betas.
Yep. I think you're right about that. I can't correct you on that. I think that's true.
Yeah.
It's pretty obvious,
and
actually.
it's a perfect way to destroy the man, because even, I'm not going to lie, they got me, because obviously they said if I didn't get the vaccine, they were going to kick me out the military.
Oh.
And the worst thing that I thought that I could think in life right now is seeing my 2 children, my wife and my dog on the side of the street, not being fed. And there was a lot of jobs on the outside of the military that required vaccine as well.
Yeah.
So that was that's a perfect way to destroy a man.
Scare you.
Say you're going to come after his family.
Yep. When in reality, had you stayed in reality, it might have been nothing of the sort like that. But what's done is done. Have you suffered any side effects that you can tell?
I definitely did back when I got it done.
Yeah.
It was about 2-3 weeks after with the was it myocarditis?
Yeah.
Where a bunch of young men were getting like the heart problems. There were a bunch of people that were going to the hospital, things like that. And so many medical officials, they were all like, they're like, it'll pass. Like we have nothing we can do to solve it. So they shove a vaccine down our throat.
Yeah.
Into our arms. But then they have this problem that comes after it, and they can't fix it.
Man. Well, I wish you well. Stay healthy. You got your family. Man, like thinking about it, what's done is done, right? And God can heal you. But you think, oh, I got to take care of my family, so I get this thing. And this thing, in some cases, I don't know if it's true or if it's not, because there's nobody who's going to officially give you the official, seemingly giving you the official real story. This thing can end up messing you up worse than it had you lost the military position and found some job or started your own business, because then it potentially messes with your health. I hear it's very rare for it to happen, but they may play up how just the fact that it's the notion that it's rare when they don't actually know, People are just dishonest all around.
Oh, for sure. And I still think that they wanted to push that COVID thing because they can get the mail-in votes, because they know way Joe Biden got the most votes in U.S. history. I'll be a monkey's uncle.
Yep. You'll be that orangutan's uncle.
Right, that was pulling on that guy's leg?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. I saw that video. I could not. I don't know if you heard a dude named Ha Davis. He did a video on that. I love watching his content.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate the call, DJ. Good to hear from you. Call me again.
I will.
All right. Take care. Wow. I'm shaking my head over here. Before I get back to calls, hang tight, callers, and you can call in 888-775-3773. Danny says it's not rare, Hake. Yeah, and you know what? I really say that. I hype the I don't know. I mean, I accentuate the I don't know and the it's rare thing, mainly for my channel. I don't know. And anyway, so crazy. But anyway, let me share with you this thing. This was a tip from one of my Subscribe Star supporters. Hat tip to I think it's Robbie. Shout out. Thieves burglarized this Memphis police chief C.J. Davis's new home. I don't have any pics or clips of this story. Records show. And I think this is that same C.J. lady, a woman, a female, black female, Memphis police chief C.J. Davis. Remember I covered this story, and this was from him too. My subscribestar.com/The Hake Report supporter. I put out exclusive content there. Her car was broken into and they stole her gun. She claims it was locked up in a box. I don't know if it really was. She might have just claimed that, but maybe it was. But a gun, guns get stolen out of people's cars and all kinds of stuff. And it happened to the police chief of Memphis, the black female police chief. Well, in less than a year, and that happened back in February, but I covered it more recently, I think, or January. In less than a year, new Memphis police chief C.J. Davis is the victim of another crime. Thieves broke into her newly built home over the weekend, records show. Home is unfinished, not occupied. What, was that the ghost of Ahmaud Arbery? Blah, 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 blah. He went from Georgia to East Memphis. Break-in happened in it. I'm joking around. No disrespect meant. Well, yeah, there's some disrespect meant toward the people who fall all over themselves, pretending that these are innocent victims, They're not. Not really mocking the dead, necessarily. Anyway, the break-in don't get nervous. The break-in happened in a new residential development in East Memphis. The thieves got away with at least 2 furnaces and a washer. It's not totally unfurnished. The police report lists a possible second victim in Davis's neighborhood. Also had a furnace stolen and their unfinished home. Wow. What's with taking a furnace? Is there precious metal in there that they get? Back in January, this Ms. C.J. Davis, black female police chief of Memphis, her gun was stolen from her car while she shopped at a furniture store, Cordova Furniture. Police claimed that the gun was in a lockbox. Anyway, pretty funny, huh? Can't even protect her new house, much less Memphis, Tennessee. Crime going up, out of control. District of Columbia, D.C. crime up 25% is what I saw on a Fox News, Chiron, Faux News yesterday. Out of control. Black crime, too, by the way, I think. I don't know who the burglars were in this Memphis case. But Memphis, you do the math, right? What a mess. Let me quickly get to Marty in California. Marty, how are you doing?
What's up, James?
Hey.
How you doing?
Doing fine. It's nice to hear from you. Thanks for the support, as always. We see your super chats coming in on the Bond channel and elsewhere. Nice.
Of course. Oh, I just called because today my daughter graduated from middle school. She's entering high school.
Oh, okay. So she graduated from we used to call it junior high over where I am from. So she graduated from middle school, going into high school.
It's the same thing.
Nice.
It's the same thing, James. Junior and middle. It's the same.
Okay. Right on.
Yeah. She graduated today. We just got back today. So
Congratulations to her. I was excited
Thank
when
you.
I graduated from junior high back in, 1995, I think it was? Yeah.
I was happy when I graduated high school.
Yeah. High school, that was fun, too. 1999.
Yeah. Sunday is my birthday.
Nice. Well,
I'll be in church. I'll be in church that day, too.
in the church chat or in the church building?
Cat.
Okay. Nice.
No, I'm going to be in Vegas.
Okay.
So I can't be in L.A. I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. Be careful. I like Vegas. Right on. Be careful out there, but have fun. And
Yeah, we will.
Happy early birthday. I hope you make it to your birthday.
Oh, I will make it.
So that way I won't have wished you a happy birthday in vain.
I'll be in chat
Right
on
on.
Sunday, so you'll know I'm okay. Oh, Crazy Mother Dance says hi.
Nice. Hi, Crazy
And
Mother
my-
Dance.
And my daughter says thank you.
Cool. Yeah, I wish her well. Have fun in high school and stay alert so that you don't get crime or anything. But anyway,
No, we'll be okay, Jam. Thank you for sharing.
nice. Right on, Marty. Take care.
I'll send you guys again some more super chats pretty soon.
That sounds good. Appreciate you.
You as well.
All right,
Much
bye.
love to everybody.
Indeed. And much love to you and your family, too. Very nice.
Thank you.
All right.
Take care, James. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. So take care.
All right, bye. Another super chat from streamlabs.com/The Hake Report. John WX25 says, had that victim been armed and shot that animal, splat, lives matter. And Benjamin Crap, sorry kids, I read that without thinking, as in Benjamin Crump, the ambulance chaser, would have been protesting and calling for money and charges. Probably burned the store down. I was hoping the ape would have bitten off his leg, referring to the other animal, that actual animal, cute and strong, the orangutan. You think an orangutan could bite off the leg of a human being? A skinny human being. But I don't know. That's pretty harsh, John WX25. That's too manly for me. Too manly for Hake. Nick says, I always heard chimps can rip you to shreds with their hands. Don't know, though. They are strong. Chimps are strong, so are orangutans. It's wild. Let me get to Bobby in Texas on the line. Bobby in Texas, how are you doing?
Doing well, James. How are you doing, man?
Fine, thank you.
Yeah, so real quick, while I was on hold, I was reading an article while I was listening to you, and I don't know if you're familiar with the House vote yesterday.
Which House vote? I may have heard a headline.
Sweeping gun reform package.
Oh, I think I saw a headline. Something that is not expected to pass the Senate, hopefully, right?
Well, I hope not. I mean, like I've said before, I mean, the Senate will pass literally anything. They're so terrible. Like they would pass abortion laws up to age 5. I think they're just whatever comes across they pass. So, but I think the Senate is a little more. Well, they also have the filibuster, so
right.
There's a little more control there. But yeah, it's just and basically the only Republicans that voted for it were Republicans that are being outed from the party anyway. So like Kinzinger and Anthony Gonzalez.
Ooh.
But yeah, so anyway, my main focus, I was calling about the Matt Walsh documentary, the What is a Woman? Have you seen that yet?
I have not.
Yeah, well, I found a link to it on YouTube yesterday, so I took it, gave it a watch. Man, it's pretty interesting. It's it's not something probably that we don't already know, but it's just seeing the people actually defending it and talking about it and, avoiding these very simple, questions like what is a woman or, basically these transgenders that are just appropriating being a woman as like a costume rather than like actually defining, what a woman is.
Yeah. Man.
But like he goes into a subject of like, I think he's talking to a lawyer at one point that's like the courts, like say you're separated from your spouse and you probably already took a beating there to the woman.
Yep.
So then you go and your ex decides they want to, transgender your son or daughter.
Yep.
And you don't want that. So you're like, no, like that's not happening. You put your foot down and, they'll take you to court over this. And they say that the courts will always side with the affirming parent. So whichever, like say the kid wants to be a boy wants to be a girl, and the mom is like, on board and affirming that identity, that they're like, yeah, the courts will always side with that particular family member.
I believe that.
Yeah.
I mean, by and large, I don't know if it's always, but by and large, generally, yeah. Wow.
Yeah, that was theirs. I mean, there could be some like really strange where the mom is like a nut job and maybe like has problems where she may not, but that was like
in every case, the mom is a nut job if she's willing to do that to the child. But you're right.
Our system, there may be glaring like other issues that aren't involved in something as insane as changing your child's sexuality at young ages.
And these are angry people, by the way, the ones who push for this and allow for this, and the ones who go through with it. A lot of Antifa, it has turned out, have been so-called transgenders. There was an Antifa guy who kind of went by like a girl who stabbed a Hispanic purported patriot in the chest over here in Los Angeles. And they're just mean, nasty, evil, violent, destructive people. And they hate children and innocence and truth and men and anybody who's standing for what's right. And they're supported by the government, the judges, the politicians, the mainstream media. It's a sick, backwards world that we have. And it's seemingly in every white country. The New Zealand and UK and all that.
Australia.
Did he go around the world asking this question?
All
or
I
the
can
country?
say there, I think he just went to one like African, like Zimbabwe, I believe, like to some tribe.
Yeah.
Because he was getting nowhere. Like everybody he talked to in America, no one was willing to give him an answer to the question. They were like, everybody would answer his questions with questions. So he went to some like tribe, of black folks in Africa, and they were like, they could tell him like right off the bat, like what is a woman, what is a man. Like they were able to answer that without any problems. And like they had, jobs that are for men in the tribe and jobs that are for women and what the man is required of and what's expected. And it's just like very common, like what we've known our whole lives until like, 2, 3, 4 years ago, like everybody was on the same page, and then all of a sudden there was this giant culture attack where they're like, this is what the new normal is. Like, it's normal to, cut your stuff off and, turn it into something else. It's just like so wild that how far that they've pushed that in such a short amount of time to where you go to all these like professors, doctors, lawyers, and people who are psychiatrists, and they're all on this page of that it's okay. And like when he talks about, like, to one lady about her prescribing like what they would give to rapists for chemical castration to children, and she gets mad about, that's not what it is, when it's exactly what it is. I mean, it is the same drug that they're giving to sex offenders, to children, in order to help change their sex, and to try and act like, your sexuality is able to be like, you can put puberty on pause. It's like, oh,
I know
you weren't, you're not ready. Like, oh, it's reversible. It's like, that's not the way nature, it works. That's not the way the human body or any, thing in nature works. Like, you can't just be like, oh, and she describes it as pushing like the pause button on music, like to stop puberty. It's like, it's just like pushing the pause button and like stopping the music for a little bit, and then they can reverse it and pick up where they left off. But we all know, like, that's crazy.
And it's sickening too. People totally mess up their lives, and women are pushing this, including mothers who hate men. I've heard horror stories.
There was one on there that I won't go into it because it is very like shocking and graphic, like to discuss. But it's like, so, it's really sad because like the kid later, after his parents did this to him, he didn't fit in with like the girls. Like, he was like, they were playing with dolls, and he's like into cars and trucks and building forts, and like he's just not into what the girls were into, what they're wanting to do and how they want to play, and he's not accepted by boys into their, type of fun. Like, I mean, obviously he could play by himself with cars and build forts, but, as being accepted by the tribist kind of kid mentality, like he's not, he wasn't able. And like after he was old enough, he decided to switch back to a boy, but the damage is done, 18, 20 years of damage has been done to the guy. So, I mean, he'll never be normal. He'll never probably have a correct mental, picture.
Yeah. What a mess. Just messing with people's lives. So evil.
Yeah. And just allowing it, and those people being the ones that the courts will predominantly side with, is like, it puts so much fault on our justice system and on our just entire system as a whole.
Yeah.
To where that's the way that people want to attack it.
Well, I appreciate it, Bobby. It's a sick world. This is why I recommend people go to if people are in that world or messed up from that world or messed up from anything, prayer, church with JLP, counseling with JLP. I know that he's counseled all kinds of different people. Rebuildingtheman.com/counseling. I appreciate it, Bobby. Take care, man.
Yeah, thanks, man. Have a good day.
All right, you too. Wow. I was perusing, sometimes I peruse Telegram, and I see on Real Vincent James's Telegram, these people who are banned on social media, they're just for being white and decent and Christian. And Asmodor's Telegram, TKR Official. Follow JLP Talk on Telegram, the Hake Report on Telegram, TKR Official, Real Vincent James. Those latter two, they require a strong stomach sometimes. But there was this horror story that I read where and I don't know how true it is because you don't know. Sometimes people post stuff that isn't true. But some young adult male was hormone blocked for too long, so he never... It's too graphic. I can't even repeat it. I'll just say it in the way that I can. he never really grew out his stuff. So I guess when they turn you fake transgender, they turn your stuff inside out, right? Man, that's even too graphic. I'm getting lightheaded. But since his stuff was still kind of small and childish, they couldn't do it. So it's a mess. I'll just leave it at that. Oh man, I'm getting lightheaded from that stuff. Now you know my other weakness. Don't stretch out my shirt and don't make me talk about explicit messing with body parts. So wrong, so sick. But yes, counseling with JLP. I'm on his network, right? But I'm not paid to promote this. I just recommend it. Rebuildingtheman.com/counseling or 1-800-411-BOND, 800-411-2663. Yeah, they prevent the puberty blockers, so they prevented that guy from doing the puberty thing. Speaking of sickness and making you sick to your stomach and lightheaded and disgusted, here is another song whose lyrics and musician I basically disavow. But this is the Hidden Cameras, and the name of the song is Boys of Melody. It's from a 2003 album. Enjoy or press mute or cover your ears or leave the room. Don't listen too closely to the lyrics, although these lyrics I don't think were extremely bad. Some are worse. Some songs worse than the others. But anyway, I'll be right back for hour 2. Hang tight, guys, and enjoy the Hidden Cameras, or don't. And I'll be back for hour 2 talking about laziness and procrastination and some other things. All right, guys. See you soon.
Far out at sea, bathed in breeze. Now only ghosts we haunt, living dreams. Out on the coast is the most that we'll ever see. Out on the all we need. Yeah. Always argue with me. Yeah.
Isn't this nice? This sticks, hey? Dirty hobo music. Yeah. Hey, change this stuff, bro. Not morally straight at all. Bet the artist OD'd on cocaine. So enjoy the beautiful song, guys. Hey, do you have a drone? I do not. Play some Skinner. Interesting suggestion. I wish I lived near an incomprehensibly large body of water, says Beta Legs. Yeah, that's the Pacific Ocean. I'm there. Look at the round Earth. Look at the ball Earth there. Hake's music actually been decent this week. They actually sing and play the guitar. Hake music, not great music. Mute it off the bat. Cranking up my volume now, says Jib Jab. Some mellow vibes. Mellow vibes, yeah. By the way, somebody said chimps will chew your face off. They'll bite off your face. Multiple sources in my live chat have stated that from across the political aisle. So, must be true. Normally, bipartisan is evil, but in that case, you have it on good authority. Such a bad time to have and raise kids, says Sion. Well, I suppose you can protect your children. Water looks level to me, Hake, says Miklo. Oh, Miklo said something interesting. Let me see if I can find that. Hake, the Department of Defense is saying more violence this coming summer. Let's disarm the citizens. Was it the DOD or the State Department or some other department? One of the departments did say that. Maybe it was the Department of Homeland Security, so-called Homeland Security. But yeah, thank you for the reminder. I did see that. Oh, man. Awful. Awful. Apologies to the Odyssey people. Asador states, I think Jesse and James must stream at a higher resolution than Odyssey likes. Streams have more problems than anyone else's. I've suspected that. I've felt like maybe downgrading my stream like resolution or something. I think I stream at 720, but maybe it's 1080. Not sure. And then maybe the bit rate can be lowered. Like, I'm hoping to get on cozy.tv, and so I want to lower all the bit rate. And maybe the bit rate is too high. Anyway, I don't know about that stuff. Someone get Bill. But not right now. It's okay. Let me tell you a little update on this, another crime that happened. Another thief, a POC thief. Remember that crime by Disney? Not the serious child crimes that Disney supports, but I'm talking about that snatching, stealing, temporary borrowing without permission of that ring out of the hand of the would-be fiancé to his would-be fiancé. I've covered this multiple days now. I think I'll spare you the footage, right? Unless you guys want to watch the footage again. But I didn't put it in the folder. You can dig it up. But Commie Nonsense Network says Disney apologized to that couple after their employee ruined their proposal. This was at Disneyland Paris. They were up on a platform that had pyrotechnics, allegedly, according to people. And he says that he got permission from one employee, but this other employee with the slightly effeminate, maybe more than just slightly, with the Mickey Mouse ears, glittery Mickey Mouse ears, he runs right in between the boyfriend and girlfriend. And they're from Germany, I guess. Big fat boy, young man. Grabs the engagement ring out of the guy's hand and scurries down the stairs and beckons them down. Oh, that would be great. Come, it's even better down here. And it's kind of awkward, uncomfortable. People were judging the guy, judging the employee. But I don't know what happened with the employee. You know, sometimes you get overzealous or caught up. But, but they said, hey, we'll put you up for a weekend or whatever, any Disneyland location and hotel. And the guy's like, no, I don't want to go to Disneyland anymore. Is the quote. Well, good for him, I guess. I suppose that's fine. But it is, to me, that's funny. I think I would probably accept. But he's not. I suppose good for him. But how do you hold the whole company responsible for an ill-advised thing, I guess, that the employee did? Whatever. I hold the company responsible for the evil they push and support, and the evil people whom they hire, and the decent people whom they fire, probably, right? So, not for this grown adult male kneeling, he doesn't know any better, kneeling to his girlfriend, begging her, will you marry me? Anyway, so that's a little update on that. Just wanted to share it. Just share that thing with you. Yeah. Let me get to this other story. It's not a story, but it's a little bit of advice from Pocket. Wisdom from Pocket? Pocket. Whatever? Firefox's Pocket. I cover them all the time. They talk about laziness, procrastination, and emotions. This is very interesting to me. And it caught my eye. Why laziness is not why you procrastinate. Laziness is not why you procrastinate, and here's why. Your emotions are why you procrastinate. Overcoming procrastination isn't so much about completing tasks. In reality, it's something much deeper. And this was originally seen on Inc.com. INC, kind of like short for incorporated.com. Something much more personal. And it's an article by this guy named Peter Economy. I don't know if that's his real last name. What a weird last name. The leadership guy at BizWriter on Twitter. Procrastination. Well, this whole article is mildly interesting. Let me share it with you, okay? So it starts off, what project are you putting off right now? Is there an important task you could be doing now, but are unnecessarily saving it for later? Voluntarily delaying anything may lead you to believe that you are an inherently lazy worker. But are you truly lazy if the task, project, or undertaking at hand asks that you be detail-oriented or focused? Procrastination isn't about laziness, alleges this writer, Peter Economy, in Inc.com. Inc. I-N-C. In fact, it's about your emotions. Well, I say that so is laziness. And I think that's why, JLP says blacks are lazy. I think it's because of their emotions, their anger, right? According to Fuchsia Sirois, Sirois, professor of psychology, that fake science, at the University of Sheffield. Is that overseas or is that in America? I think that's UK, but I don't know. It logically does not make sense that anyone would partake in something like procrastination when he or she knows it is going to have negative consequences. This is why we say procrastination is essentially irrational, Sirois comments, and she reveals, this fuchsia woman, people engage in this irrational cycle of chronic procrastination because of an inability to manage negative moods around a task. That's right. reads this article. Your mood plays a huge part in how much of a procrastinator, that's when you put things off, right? That you are. In one 2013 study, Sirois, along with Tim Pychyl, Pychyl, of Ottawa's, maybe Sheffield is in Canada? Ottawa, because Ottawa's up in Canada, right? Carleton University, her colleague, I guess, found that procrastination is the primacy of short-term mood repair over the longer-term pursuit of intended actions. It took a study to find that? Okay. Although you might understandably think overcoming procrastination is first concerned with task completion, in reality, it's what's up with these Canadians? There's another Canadian psychology professor called Jordan B. Peterson, who has been on the Jesse Lee Peterson show once before, back in 2015 or so. His line was, clean your room. Imagine what it takes your inner self to clean your room. And he would know because he's depressed or something and on drugs and mess. I mean, I like him though. But anyway, these Canadians, they know all about moodiness. I guess they have cloudy days a lot, which I like, but we get so much sunny days. One aversion to steady and efficient task completion can be associated with either a dislike for the task itself or the feelings we have related to the task, from anxiety, insecurity to guilt. These feelings make it difficult for us to avoid procrastination. You may, for instance, approach making a presentation with self-doubt, failing to see how you could possibly be qualified enough to create something valuable. I'm chuckling because I'm thinking about Jordan B. Peterson a little bit. Overcoming procrastination will require more than a download of a scheduling app or use of a detailed calendar. You will have to learn to manage your emotions in new, effective ways. First, you must be self-aware. That's nice advice. And identify the moods you experience. Next, consider practicing, self-compassion or self-forgiveness. Cringy intellectual female talk. And remember, don't be too quick to label yourself as lazy. Well, I suppose it's fair enough advice because you don't want to identify with that laziness, but it's lazy. If you were truly lazy, you shouldn't aspire to complete your tasks, much less read about the root of your procrastination itself. Well, I read it, so I can consider myself not lazy. Well, yes, you can. You're doing something else. I think that it's sort of a female, but there's some bits of truth in there, right? I think. Was that interesting? To me, it kind of is. Fuchsia, C. Royce, and Tim Pychyl. But yeah, I remember in college, after I transferred to Azusa Pacific, the so-called Christian school, I remember I was friends with this older Hispanic girl who was a married mother, all into doing this school stuff. And I'm like, I don't feel like doing it. She's like, you do it anyway, even though you don't feel like it. But some of these girls get all into school. Whereas sometimes the school work is you don't see the value, or you just don't feel like it, or you got emotional issues, anger. And it made me think of, again, the blacks, how they have this attitude, they don't feel like doing something, or the Hispanics, they'll say, yes, I will do that, yes, 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 to your face, and then turn around and don't do it. That's all emotions, right? It's like that anger, that's that lying. I wasn't going to get with that woman. And no, I did not get expelled. But yeah, it is it's interesting. All these things are rooted in like emotions. They say that, oh, shyness. I learned one of the first times I came to the Bond Church, 2007. I think it was my first time or second visiting the church, checking it out for the first time. And somebody said, might have been this guy, Richard, but I forget who, that shyness comes from anger, resentment. And that's so true when you pause and think about it. You resent what you've gone through or been through, and so you just kind of shut down. Same thing with the laziness. But it is laziness. But you don't have to... Anyway, yeah. So anyway, that's that story. That's about it for that. I want to cover a little bit more before I get back to calls, guys. You can call in 888-775-3773. Marjorie Greene, the queen. I mentioned this in brief yesterday, very end of the show. Marjorie, they call her Taylor Greene, but it's Greene. Taylor was her maiden name. I call her a queen, kind of jokingly. I do appreciate her, right? Hang tight, callers. If you're hearing my voice, you are on hold, but we will get to you. But she's in Congress fighting for we, the people, for us, the people. And I appreciate her for that, right? I don't think that women should be in there. But considering she is a woman, she's standing for what's right, better than some of the men. All the men. Most of the men. Not all. There are a few men there who are decent, I think. But this cracks me up because she has Milo as an unpaid intern? Summer intern for her. Milo Yiannopoulos, former guest on, I think, the Jesse Lee Peterson show, as well as maybe The Fallen State. I don't know. He's like this ex-gay guy, right? Is he ex-gay or I asked the question, is he really quote-unquote gay, or is he grifting? But Milo Yiannopoulos, very famous. He was a Breitbart writer, Breitbart.com, and I think he got kicked off of Twitter. Well, let me read this report to you, because you guys probably all know who Milo is. Washington Compost tweeted out this article. Milo Yiannopoulos, it's a Greek last name, I guess, says he is interning for Marjorie Taylor Greene. It's the Washington Compost. And I saw these tweets. Okay, there it is. Yeah, the former and there's a picture of him. He turned all Catholic, supposedly. I think he has collaborated a little bit or appeared alongside like Catholic militants and worked with, some of these famous Catholic conservative people. I think he attended the AFPAC 3 even. And so he's turning like a serious Christian, or at least acting like it or pretending to. Good enough, right? Look at him holding a rosary beads. So he turned Catholic, I guess. He was resigned from Breitbart News in 2017 after a video surfaced that appeared to show him condoning what Washington Compost calls pedophilia. He claimed that it was more pederasty because I don't remember what the story was really, but he said that he didn't really have a bad experience with that, meaning he liked it when it happened to him, I guess. Not to be too explicit or vulgar. I disavow, right? Nasty. But anyway, I guess he said it too explicitly for them, but that's what they support. Or worse, really. So it's fake, phony outrage over him, right? Anyway, this nasty woman, Lindy Lee, I saw these tweets from her, and I just found it kind of remarkable how nasty she is. This is an Asian female. She tweeted, she's a political commentator, so a dumb woman, even dumber perhaps than Marjorie Greene, who is dumb for Christ. Nice, right? Joe Biden delegate. Look at her, she's all skinny. Big face, though. Joe Biden delegate, Princeton alumni class president. Oh, gosh. One of those class president, insufferable female, nerdy, conceited women. A vegan, a runner. I guess that part's okay. She tweeted this disgusting tweet. Right-wing barf bag. Sorry, kids. But that's what she wrote. Breitbart. Right-wing barf bag Breitbart fired Milo Yiannopoulos for supporting pedophilia, which is fake news, and saying it is okay to have sex with 13-year-olds. I don't know if that's what he said. I don't think that he said that. I think he just said that he didn't have a bad experience. Twitter permanently banned him for racist abuse. Fake news, no such thing as racist abuse. And I remember that story, and I'll tell you about that in a second. He's now Marjorie Taylor Grease's, wow, clever lady, Lindy Lee, this Asian female, newest Capitol Hill intern. Who's the groomer now, you freaks? That's what she tweeted. And I say you people still. Yes, you people. Because liberal society made Milo. A messed up family, no doubt, right? I mean, I assume. Everybody has messed up families. Skinny but a big face. Yes, you are still the groomers, you sickos. You the freak. Back at you, Lindy Lee. She tweeted more. She tweeted a second tweet. Green, as in Marjorie Grease. She called her Grease. Marjorie Trailer Grease. I misread it. Very clever, Lindy Lee. Too clever for Hake. Hake can't read. Green is proud to be the most despicable and unhinged. Look at yourself. Anyway, she said, member of Congress. She wears evil as a badge. No, that's you people, this Lindy Lee. Lindy Lee goes on, this nasty Asian female. Educated Asian females, am I right? Ridiculous. Our foreign adversaries, oh gosh, you're our foreign adversary, Lindy Lee. Must be thrilled, so-called Americans, you're a so-called American, like her, Marjorie Trailer Grease, are destroying our country from within, shaking the very foundations of our cherished democratic institutions. Be quiet, Lindy Lee. I hope you guys are able to follow my stuff because I'm like making comments in the middle of her tweet that I'm reading. And she quote tweeted Mike Singleton, senior executive at NBC Universal, retired, Hollywood's ultimate insider, entertainment, pop culture, and lifestyle expert, Mike Singleton, another blue check mark on Twitter. Lindy Lee is not a blue check mark, but she's, I don't know, she gets engagement on Twitter. Of course, Marjorie Taylor Greene claims she's hired Milo Yiannopoulos as an intern. Yiannopoulos was permanently banned from Twitter in 2016 for encouraging racist abuse. And they have a photograph of Marjorie Greene walking with her posse like she's all important. And, you know, I like her. She has spoke at AFPAC 3. She stands up for the J6 patriots who are imprisoned. And she was walking, and there was Milo walking with her. But yeah, the 2016 so-called racist abuse, and then I will get to calls, was back when they had that feminist movie, Ghostbusters, not the real original Ghostbusters, not even Ghostbusters 2 or however many there were, but the female Ghostbusters with that black female, hard-looking, ugly on the outside, but I'm sure a very beautiful person on the inside. Woman, black woman. There's a black female, hard to look at, lady, and I use the term lady loosely, who starred in this all-female cast of the Ghostbusters reboot back apparently in 2016, and he did for Breitbart, I think, he did a review of it saying it was awful. and she's not pretty, according to him. And I guess the people went on Twitter and made fun of her and said comments, and people called it racist. Ridiculous. I haven't seen the new Ghostbusters either, the one with like the kids or whatever, the next generation. But as to me, it's funny. I don't know. To me, it's sort of heartwarming. Even though I'm not for female politicians and I'm not for the shameless homosexual stuff, but he says he's ex-gay. But whatever. I think that those two, I appreciate their efforts, right? And they're both pretty clever people, so that's cool, in my opinion. I could be wrong. I'm going to share your daily dose of Ukraine propaganda because I did not get to that in Hake news and some other things, some morbid things going on. But first, let me get to Rob, a first-time caller in Wisconsin. Rob, in Wisconsin, how are you?
Good. Doing great.
Okay.
It's sunny here in 70.
Wow, nice.
So, yeah, which is good. And hopefully the Packers do good this year. I'm a Packer fan.
The Green Bay Packers. Yeah, there was...
Yes, Aaron Rodgers is... He can't have a girlfriend and play football. Let's just put it that way. He just can't do two things at once, that man. He's in with one and out with another, and now he's in with another one.
Women weaken the legs.
Something from that they dress up like they're superheroes, Comic-Con. He found some woman that he says she's a witch, and if you go look on YouTube or whatever and see Aaron Rodgers' new girlfriend, she has blue hair. It looks like she's got ears like an elf.
Oh, no.
She's some kind of medicine woman, too, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
Aaron Rodgers, I thought he was with the... Was he ever with the Rams? Not that I follow this stuff at all.
Never. He was... Well, no, actually, he was never with the Rams. Aaron Rodgers was supposed to go to the 49ers.
Okay.
But he came to Green Bay, and within his first year, he was a little further along than Brett Favre.
Nice.
He got us to the Super Bowl in 2010.
And he's the one who didn't necessarily get...
13-3.
And he's the one who didn't necessarily get vaxxed, right?
No, he got a different vax, a horse vax. Horse steak.
Okay.
But he's also vegan.
He's vegan?
Yeah.
You said that Aaron Rodgers is vegan?
Yes.
Okay. Good for him, I guess.
He is. Yeah,
some people can make it work. Some men can make it work.
I got a young guy by me that is vegan, too. He's really quiet.
Are you vegan or no?
No.
Okay.
No, I am not.
Nice.
No, I'm a Christian man who doesn't look... I'm going to say this. I have a friend, I'm sure you probably know who he is, Donald Driver of the Green Bay Packers. He was a superstar wide receiver. And Reggie White. I'm sure you heard of him.
You're friends with those two? Are those NFL players?
Yes.
Wow, how are you?
Both of them are
Okay.
Christians,
Nice.
and don't look at color of skin or anything. They look at the character of the person.
Right.
Not how much you have, but how you talk.
Yeah.
Now, myself, I'm 63, don't look it. I sang professionally across the country for years. I have a lot of friends. I actually met B.B. King when I was in my early 20s.
Nice. That's exciting.
One of the greatest human beings to meet. I didn't look at him just as a musician. I looked at him as a person.
Right.
I also met a great, smart, intelligent actor, Morgan Freeman.
Oh, gosh.
A great, intelligent man.
You think so?
Extremely smart.
I mean,
Yes,
in some
wanna tell
ways,
you
I
something that
suppose.
he said. I want to make a comment to you of something that he said.
Okay.
He came on to a talk show and surprised everybody, even surprised the white host.
Uh-huh.
And it must have been the month of, what's that month that we celebrate Black people history?
Yeah.
Right?
Right. In
You want to
February.
know what his first comment was?
What was that?
You don't need to call me out as a black man, and if I hosted the show, I ain't going to call you out as a white man. I call you out by your name, and that is it. Because do you need a white month? And the white guy kind of was surprised, like, then why do I need one, he says.
Right.
Why do we need to keep talking about what color our skin is? He says, that's the problem. That's the problem. We need to fix that problem.
Yeah.
We need to stop calling out our skin color. But
I don't know. I disagree with him there. A little bit.
Here's what he meant.
Okay.
He meant it this way, and I understand it, what he meant, because I have a niece that's half black and half white. My sister's been living in Milwaukee for 40 years.
You trailed off a little bit. I didn't catch what you're saying.
My sister, I have a niece that's biracial. My sister's been living in Milwaukee. She's actually a retired psychologist. My sister was called the nigger lover. My niece was called Dirt. It was in the Green Bay Press Gazette. My sister almost killed herself. I have three other sisters and four other brothers.
Your sister almost killed herself over being called an N-word? N-word lover?
No, not just that.
Oh, okay.
Not just that. There was a black man that was married that got her pregnant and then took off on her. And my dad was a former Brown County deputy and all that. My dad was born in 1908, but he didn't look at color at all.
Your dad?
He liked everybody. Yeah, my dad didn't look at color at all.
Uh-huh.
Even when the Civil Rights Act was going on. My dad grew up on a farm. My dad looked at people as people. But I will tell you this. I will tell you this.
I think most whites see people as people.
We need to wake up. Yeah, but here's the problem. I was telling you about gun control, gun laws, whether people want to admit it or not. And I actually voted for Biden.
You
I
did?
don't really get into politics. Not Biden. I'm sorry, Obama.
You did?
To see what would happen. Here's why. Let me explain why. I said I really wasn't into politics. I was going to give the man a chance. I didn't know any better.
Based on
I
what?
voted for Trump. I voted for Trump.
Based on the fact that he was black, you voted for Obama?
No, not so much on the base and the fact that he was black. Here's what I voted, and I actually wrote him a letter, and he wrote me a letter back.
Not so much, a little bit?
No, well, to get a colored man in there a little bit, maybe.
See, you do see color. At least you did back then.
No, I don't mean in a bad.
You did look
I don't
at
mean
color.
in that way. I mean, people keep pushing color, but I'm saying, okay, to get this man in,
you were influenced,
not because of his color so much, but I wanted to see if he could actually do anything to shut people up.
It sure didn't work, right?
It wouldn't matter. It sure didn't.
It worked the opposite way.
What if a man was in a wheelchair? What if a man or a woman was in a wheelchair and they were president? See, everybody's looking at...
That happened, and he was one of the worst. FDR was one of the worst presidents we've ever had.
Exactly.
But man...
Exactly. But
hold on, man.
Part of our problem
hold on, man. You back then, did you think of yourself as not really looking at color?
Actually, I looked at myself as not really looking at color. I tried to look at what he could do. And he talked a smooth talk. He didn't really do nothing. All he did was...
Did you ever listen to Sean Hannity or Jesse Lee Peterson back then?
No.
Yeah. Had you listened to them...
I'll tell you what.
They would have told you the truth.
Here's when I got into politics. Here's when I got listening to politics more.
Okay.
Here's when. I'll tell you exactly when. When George Floyd died.
Oh, really?
I'll say something. I'll tell you about this. I think what the cop did was wrong, but do I think George Floyd was a murderer? Hell no.
Whoa.
Was he a criminal? Hell yes. Should he have had a 4-hour funeral? Hell no.
Watch your language, man. I don't even say hell in front of the kids.
No. Okay.
Right.
Heck no.
Nice.
Heck no. I'm a God-fearing person, right? I'm going to tell you this. I'm a God-fearing person. I have a friend at work.
How do you know what Officer Derek Chauvin did was wrong?
What Officer Derek Chauvin did, do you know this part about him? He actually was a security officer at a small Las Vegas casino.
I heard. I didn't know that it was Las Vegas, but I heard that.
Bodyguard. Hold on. Yes, it was. And George Floyd was a bodyguard. They did not like each other, by the way. They did not like each other at all. They didn't get along. The woman who managed the place actually admitted that.
You believe that?
I believe that part of it, and here's why.
And you think that has something to do... Hold on. You think that has something to do with what went down between those two?
Yeah, because here's something that I got to tell you.
Based on what?
There was there was a...
You're speculating.
Before he got there?
You're speculating.
No, but before he got there, did you know before he got there, they sat George Floyd up, and George Floyd told them to put him to the ground, which they shouldn't have done.
Yeah. I mean,
they should have put the man in the car and got him out of there.
They
He
had
was
him
a
in the car.
fentanyl abuser. Right, and then they took him out. That was stupid.
He said he's claustrophobic.
Right. I'm claustrophobic too, sure. No, he was on fentanyl. Makes you do that. Fentanyl is so deadly.
So he was overdosing.
I'm surprised he didn't die.
He did die.
I am. No, but I mean from besides the drugs he had him, the weight he weighed, all this stuff, his health was shit.
No, he was part of. Don't watch your language, buddy.
I'm sorry.
This is a family-friendly children listen to the show.
I'm sorry.
I'm surprised at you. You're so wholesome and nice. I mean,
well, I am nice, but I mean, I get a little upset for the fact that I think George Floyd was not a martyr.
I know.
And
yeah.
It caused a lot of problems in our country. And when I look at this stuff with the way
groundbreaking,
the people of color took it away and took it out of control.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden now Mr. Joe Biden, who shouldn't have been our president at all.
Yeah.
My issue is when Trump was president and before Trump was president, I lived maybe 120 miles from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and I lived probably a good another 30, 40 miles from Chicago. So that's probably almost 160, 170 miles away.
And what's
from
the point?
Chicago. And I got friends living here.
And what's the point of
the
that?
People have been killing each other on the south side of Chicago forever. Even before Trump got in office.
Right.
Now they're saying because of the shooting at the supermarket, the mass shooting over here, it's not, I own some guns. It's not the gun that kills the person. It's the person behind the gun.
Exactly. That's so. I'm glad that it took this to snap you a little bit into reality after 59 or 58, 57 years of living.
Yeah.
You seem like such a nice guy, but a sucker in voting for Obama and all that stuff, and thinking that I think that you should not jump to conclusions about Derek Chauvin. I don't think that they claimed that Chauvin was motivated by that past thing. I don't think that was in court. It could be wrong because I didn't follow it closely.
Yeah.
But man,
I
you know
really
what?
Can't say
Jesse Lee
if he
Peterson,
killed him or not.
Have you heard of Jesse Lee Peterson?
Yeah, I love Jesse Lee Peterson.
Nice,
I
man.
listen to him all the time.
Let me tell you what he said.
Intelligent man.
Let me tell you what he said the day after Obama got elected. Basically, I think it was the day after.
Yeah.
I was listening to his show, and he said that Obama is going to fail, and they're going to blame racism. The race thing is going to get worse. And that's exactly what happened. It was predictable, but many people couldn't see it. You know, I got some super chats from Asmodor over here on Odyssey. Voted for Obama. Thinks any opinion he ever has again should have merit. So he's mocking you for voting Obama and saying that was very foolish, man.
Yep, it was foolish. I will say it was foolish, but you know what? I always try to give people a chance.
I know, but it was based on color. You claim that you don't look at color, but then you said, it would be a black man in office. Shut them up.
Then I have this one question. For you.
Okay.
That's another reason I called.
Cool.
Okay. Now here's a good one. And let's both think about this.
Get to it, man.
My dad was a former police officer, right?
Get to your. I'm sorry, man. I'm not sorry, but I have to cut you off. Get to your question directly.
Okay. Well, the question I have is, how do you identify people in Chicago on the south side killing each other without somebody, even ignorant white people or Latino or Asian people, saying, now you're being racist? because before Trump and all this, all these shootings were continuously going on. There was just a shooting at a funeral in Chicago, at a funeral for somebody.
Right. So your question is how do you say that these are blacks?
That on the news?
How do you say these are blacks killing each other without some ignorant people calling you racist?
Exactly.
You can't control what ignorant and blind people are going to do. Let them call you racist. Tell the truth anyway.
Right.
Nice,
and
right?
That's what, like, CNN News, exactly. That's what CNN News tries to do. They try to beat around the bush, even Yahoo, all them clowns, by not just saying and putting out. I have a black friend named Tony Higgins. I go to his house. We eat over all.
You don't have to explain all that, Rob.
I educate him.
Rob,
yeah.
I think you're being kind of a boomer. Are you a boomer?
Not really, no.
Oh, you're a Gen X?
Well, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Well, you're up there, and I love boomers and I love Gen X, but you're explaining away all this stuff that you have these black friends and famous ones and unfamous ones to try to look not racist. Racism doesn't exist, and just be straight up. I'm being straight up.
You're
explaining how you have a black friend and many black friends, and you don't see color and all this stuff, or look at color. I have some super chats for you. Asmodor says, saying I don't see color just means you're willfully blind. It is the siren song of the weak, cowardly white man. And I think that's a good warning for you, Rob. I don't know if you're just people pleasing or scared or what, but you got an issue that
I'm not really scared. I guess what it is I'm trying to see if people will change and people will realize. Like, I like to talk in front of a whole group of, I don't care if they're Black Lives Matters people or activists of any kind. I would like to talk in front of them and ask them the same thing I asked you. And I don't know if you're black or white, and I guess it doesn't really matter. But my point is, I would like to say, before any president in office or whatever, before the presidents you didn't like or whoever, there was always killings in these bigger cities.
Right.
And most of the killings were with the same culture of people, the black community.
Yep.
And the point is, they make 25,000 excuses why they can't get out of what they call the hood. And they're calling each other the N-word all the time and using it in music. So it's so hypocritical that one of my favorite people that I like to listen to, and she's very intelligent, is Candace Owen.
Oh, come on, man. Well, I appreciate it, man. It's a good call.
What do you mean? She's smart. She calls out.
But you're listening to a woman, man. And
I'm listening to her. How about the woman that those two women that started the Black Lives Matters, and the woman actually made a comment. We were just doing this on Facebook, and we didn't think it was going to go this far. She bought herself a $1.6 million mansion.
I know, but you're distracting from your weakness. I got to go, Rob. I hope you call me again. This was a great call. I'm glad that you're coming out of the darkness. But you have
I'm
more to
listening
go.
To her because she's honest. I'm sorry, but she's honest. She's talking about the black culture, how they're making excuses for the way they're acting, and she's black.
That part is true, but listen, man. Anyway, she got issues. She's wrong in how she's living.
Okay.
You know, she's married and has, I think, 2 kids now. I don't know if she's had that second kid.
And she has a white husband, right?
White, not even an American husband.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. She's this egotistical woman on a kick.
You, as you said that, do you believe that black and white people should get together, have children?
No, I don't think they should.
No.
No, if they happen to do, you do you. It doesn't look right to me. I mean, but I really appreciate. There's this guy named Clarence Thomas, whom I say is one of the one true justices. He did that. I don't endorse it, but I appreciate Ginny Thomas and I appreciate him. But it doesn't make me say, "Oh, this is a good thing."
Yes.
I don't think that it's
You know,
a wise
I don't know,
thing to do.
I got to ask you this real quick. I got to ask you this real quick.
All right.
I believe in God, and I know you believe in God. I am not God, and of course you're not God. No one can be God.
Right.
Well, I have this question. I went to church for that, Catholic church and all stuff, and I was an altar boy, and I sang
What's
in the choir.
your question, man?
professionally.
Don't be telling me these long stories. I mean, not to be rude, but we're going on 20 minutes.
I'm sorry. It's not going to be long.
What's your question?
But my question is there anywhere in the Bible where it says that God says people of different races can't mix and have children?
I don't know if it's in the Bible at all, but it doesn't look right.
See, that's what I was just wondering.
It does say he did tell the Israelites don't mix with other peoples. Don't worship their gods. Men tend to worship the woman or the woman's god. And so that's not a good thing. And then the children come out all confused and they're so it just plain looks odd.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I
hey,
wouldn't discount the instinctive sense of things. I don't discount that. So anyway, Rob, nice talking with you. Call me again sometime.
Thank you very much. It was nice talking to you too.
Yeah. All right. Take care.
Yes.
All right. Bye.
Yep.
What a nice guy. More super chats, guys. Thank you, Asmodor, who also says they didn't take Saint Fentanyl out of the car. He fought his way out. That's obvious to any sane person. Yeah, he was resisting the arrest for several minutes. They put him in. He's like, let me out of the car. And they didn't let him out, I guess. They didn't take him out. That's true. Let me go on the floor. Let me lie down. I can't breathe. And I heard from some people that he'd acted similarly. Oh, don't shoot me. Don't kill me, officer. In 2019, a year before, or 2 years before. Maybe it was earlier than that. Ron is like the Los Alamos of boomers, says Brandon M. with another super chat. What do you mean? I don't know what that is. I'm too ignorant to get that reference, but thank you, Brandon M. Anybody explain it? Everyone blames the millennials for what they are, says Commander Kim with a super chat on Odyssey. As I get older, I see the insanity of boomers, and I have had more compassion for my generation, I guess the millennials. It is a miracle we're alive, raised on a steady diet of sugar, propaganda, and peak generational weakness of men. It's not the peak, though, because the weakness gets even weaker. But yeah, good point, Commander Kim. Star Sion states on streamlabs.com/The Hake Report, politicians are ruining this country. The Republicans are in the same boat. Who shall we vote for? For whom shall we vote? They are trying to take away our Second Amendment, and they are weakening our the law enforcement. People will be robbing and stealing for pot money soon. Yeah. John WX25 says, just more proof of how evil the white liberal is. They push narratives, or at least try, throughout the world, and most African countries reject it. Jamaica doesn't want it, and white libs threaten no money. Kenya told Obama no. It's disgusting. Oh, talking about the pushing the gay agenda on these African countries. The globo homo stuff. NATO's doing that. It's sick. Yeah. The white subverted countries. It's not the white Christians, by and large, who are pushing that, by the way. Just FYI. We're not run by normal whites, by and large. But many of the normal whites have become weak, and examples all around, everywhere, including the last call. Got to look within and deal with ourselves. It's true. Kyle B says with the super chat, so it's not just the politicians ruining the country, Sion. Anyway, Kyle B with the super chat, the problem with women in power, such as this HR lady, the crazy HR lady. JLP played that. I think it was about 20 minutes into the second hour. JLP played that crazy HR lady who I read about to you yesterday and just kind of described what went on. She went on and this TikTok, we hate you. Sick woman. And we are going to get you fired for posting your conservative values on social media. Or no, she was talking like this with her witch voice. Problem with women in power, such as this HR woman, is that they don't actually produce anything. They're just given the authority over men that actually do the real work and produce goods and services, says Kyle B. Yeah, that's true. No value. Same thing. You know, and there's this Jewish comedian, conservative guy, who said that that's what liberals do. Liberals fill up positions, job positions, that don't do anything. Actors. They pretend to do something. Media, the mainstream media. These liberals, not Christians, by the way, mostly. They fill up, the media fills up positions that they talk about the people who do something. The government and the lawyers, those people don't do anything. They talk and spread mess and come up with laws against the people who actually do stuff. Mostly the law-abiding people who do stuff that could do good things. Every now and then they come up with a law that's against people who do evil. But yeah, and they're putting women in these so-called powerful positions. It's so sick. Anyway, thank you, Streamlabs and Odyssey supporters. They're very kind. Very, very kind. Let me get to this morbid story. Pro-death. Foo Fighters. Remember them? That's like a death band, basically, right? They supported Obama. They went to the White House. I'm acting like it's brand new news. It's not new news. This was during Obama's so-called presidency when he was polluting the White House. The trash in the White House, black on the inside and light-skinned black on the outside, mixed. Not a normal white, by the way. They sang "There Goes My Hero." You know, that Foo Fighters song. I don't want to sing it. But he sang that to Obama. Don't repeat that, kids. Sorry. That might be a bad example. They started after that guy. What, did he shoot himself or Courtney Love shot him? No, I think he shot himself. You know, that guy from Nirvana was their band before Foo Fighters, right? And Nirvana guy killed himself, I think. And then they started Foo Fighters, right? I think that's the story. I don't pretend that my music bands, you know, my dumb liberal music, including the Christian so-called liberal music. Sing it, Haker. I don't want to sing it. I don't have the nerve right now. I'm not your monkey that I just performed for you. Really. Right now. I'm not pretending my liberal fake Christian bands, or this is definitely not a Christian band that I've been playing this month, is any better. But the Foo Fighters announced, according to the Commie Nonsense Network, 2 tribute shows in honor of the late band member. Yeah, there's this guy. Young-ish, anyway, 50-something years old, I think. I think was in his early 50s. He died just like last month, I want to say. Yeah, Kurt Cobain. Taylor Hawkins. Dead. That's Joe Biden. Performing. Being vulgar. Being a morbid Joe. And they're doing a couple of tribute shows. And this guy, what did he do? Did he overdose or did he have some type of birth defect and he died of more natural causes? Or what? Boomer music. It's more like Gen X, buddy. Died in Colombia. Ooh. Really? Not good. They're set to perform in London and Los Angeles for their dead person. And these people worship death. These dumb liberals, artists, musicians, politicians, they love it. The mainstream media, look at the Uvalde massacre, where the liberal male shot up the liberal school, killed the kids. An 11-year-old, and they had this 11-year-old supposed fourth grader. How many years was she held back that she's 11 in fourth grade? I don't know. Normally, you're 9 or you're maybe 10 in fourth grade. But anyway, she, according to this sensationalist story, because they're pushing gun control, because this little 11-year-old girl testified in Congress in a pre-recorded video thing that she put her friend's blood on herself and played dead, hid behind the teacher's desk to play dead so that she wouldn't get killed by this liberal guy who was a hunter of kids, evil person. And that's supposed to somehow convince us that, oh, yeah, disarming the innocent people is good. Taking away the powerful guns of young, innocent men is a good idea. It's not a good idea. It's a stupid idea. You know what I mean? Anyway. Okay, let me, I forgot to get to the Ukraine thing. Oh my gosh. Let me just point out that this guy, they're fear-mongering and blaming Russia for going after Ukraine, invading and stuff. And they're saying, oh, you're going to cause hunger, food crisis. This evil UN Secretary General, let me just show a picture of him. 73-year-old Portuguese communist, I call him a communist, Antonio Guterres. No I in Guterres, it's not Gutierrez. He said the war threatens to unleash an unprecedented wave of hunger and destitution around the world. But it's your globo-homo type's fault. Blame Russia all you want. We see through you liars. Look at this guy. He's the so-called Secretary General, meaning he runs the United Nations. And the unchristian president of Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelensky, said millions of people may starve if Russia continues their blockade of Ukraine's ports. Give me a break. You people are the reason why he's still in there fighting war. Surrender already. Give up. Say uncle, I say. But anyway, guys, this has been the Hake Report. I got to end. Right? Thanks for joining. This is thehakereport.com. I think tomorrow, early morning, like 3 a.m. maybe, or maybe earlier than that, my New Zealand interview will air on Docs or DOC Studios YouTube channel. thehakereport.com/appearances. Thank you, guys. Rebuildingtheman.com/church, rebuildingtheman.com/counseling. I recommend it. 800-411-BOND is the bond office. And or just pray. Thanks again, guys. Take care. Adios.